What is up? Football is back. Training camp has officially started across the NFL. Lots to talk about. And I also want to talk about power rankings tonight. That and more coming up next. But I got to tell you, the 49ers got done dirty. Rad, we're going to talk about it. These power rankings are absolutely freaking ridiculous. Dirty. We're going to talk about it.
Did they? Yo. Welcome back to Last Second Sports, baby. Where we giving our take down to the last second. You already know. It's your boy Rad out here in Rip City, Portland, Oregon. Big repping those Detroit Lions, baby. We about to prove everybody wrong this year. But anyways, we're going to get to that year. But I got my guy out there on the East Coast. Y'all know, the worst coast. My man J-Nay repping them San Fran 49ers. What's happening, Brody?
What's happening? Hey, like I said, NFL season is officially here, Rad. It's official. Training camp started today. I don't know what's coming out of Detroit as far as Lions news, but there's a lot coming out of San Francisco for sure. In fact, I'm gonna start out. Normally, I go with you, say, "Hey, what's happening in Detroit?" But there's some big things that came out of San Francisco, so I got to go through
What happened, man? Jimmy G still on y'all roster? Is that what happened?
Yeah, well,
is that the big news?
Yes, that's still there. But
okay.
But as I've been saying, and not everybody wanted to believe, but they handed the reins to Trey Lance officially for everybody. All you in the national media that have been running your mouth. Now you know Trey Lance is the guy, so we can stop talking about Jimmy G's still there for a reason and Trey Lance hasn't proven anything. We can stop all that. It's Trey Lance's team. So Kyle Shanahan made that very, very clear. Debo showed up. No problems there. They're working out a deal. Hopefully it'll be done here very, very shortly. I like also the way they handled that situation, to be real with you, Rad. And I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Debo showed up. He had to show up. But they also are putting the player first. And that's extremely important to me. I think that's why the 49ers have a winning culture. They know that Debo's trying to get paid. And if Debo gets injured, it really hampers his ability to do that. So he showed up to training camp. They easily could have been jerks about the situation and said, "Hey, you're gonna train, you're gonna practice, you're a part of this team." They didn't do that. Shanahan actually came out and says that he knows it's best thing for Debo to do is practice on the side, be there with the team, but not running through team drills. And the reason for that is because he wants him to stay healthy. So I like the way that they're treating Debo in this whole situation. I think that's the right thing to do. It's what's right for the player in this situation. And that also tells me that a deal is right around the corner. So right now, those are the biggest things. And then we cut D Ford today. Finally, D Ford is off the team. Kind of crazy.
He was still a Niner, bro. I'm not going to lie.
He's only like 32. I feel bad for D Ford, man. I really do.
He was a Niner.
He was a good player.
He was a very good player. He was.
He can't stay healthy, man. He's got a bad back. It's still an issue. We'll see. I mean, it sounds like he might still try to play football somewhere else, but I don't know. I wish him luck, but it's not going to happen on a 49er uniform, unfortunately for him. So those are the big things happening in training camp over in San Francisco. What about over in Detroit? What you guys got going on?
America's team. Okay, so let's get over to America's team. First off, I want to get a shout out to the chat. We appreciate y'all tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat, baby. Okay, over there, happening up north with America's team. Not a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? No, they said, I read, Hard Knocks is on the field. They got the cameras out there. No, really, it's gonna be some battles. We got a lot of competition brewing. We got like the bubble spotted receiver. That competition's brewing between Quintez Cephas and Trinity Benson. They said Quintez Cephas actually had the play of the day. He went up and made a one-hand grab on starting cornerback Amani. But now they also said that it's real noticeable that he is by far like the slowest wide receiver, which if you're a true Lions fan and you're tapped into the Lions community, you already knew he wasn't our fastest receiver. Quintez Cephas is I would say a big play possession receiver, if that makes any sense. He's a guy that you can run across the middle. He's going to run good hitches, good out routes. He can go up and catch that 50-50 ball, but he's not a burner. He's not going to take you on a go route or anything like that. He honestly reminds me of like an Anquan Bolden. And I think he can also play like a big slot role. Last year he was on the outside before the injury happened, but I could see him playing like a big slot for us, like Anquan Bolden did a few years back. Some good news also, some more tap onto the good news was they said my boy Jeff Okudah was out there looking really good. He was doing, they said he looked a lot better than he did, previous. So that Achilles injury might have helped him. No, but I mean, if you were tapped in, you've seen that Okudah was really working on his craft. Like his feet work was getting better. You could tell that he was getting a little bit more comfortable in his back pedal and things like that. No, they said he was winning a lot on one-on-one drills. He locked up some guys. You could tell that he was the leader of the DB pack. I like how he slid already back in and just leading by example. Amani had a good showing. We had a few positional changes. You remember Iffy? You wanted the Niners to draft him, the big corner out of
Syracuse. Yeah.
Yep. Iffy. I only want to pronounce his name. Malafunwe has now converted over to safety, which I thought that was going to be a good fit for him anyways. He's converted over to safety as opposed to corner where we drafted him. And then we took our safety, Will Harris. He's converted from safety to cornerback, outside cornerback, which he actually showed that he was solid at. So he was rotating in with the ones, but the starting corners was Amani and Jefe. I like to see that. And they said Jefe was looking good. Linebacker competition is brewing. Safeties, it was Tracy Walker and Deshaun Elliott, which we kind of knew that was how it was going to turn out just because they brought in Deshaun Elliott from Baltimore. Also, linebacker Chris Board from Baltimore. They said he by far was the fastest linebacker, and he was looking good. So things is shaping up and shipping out. Dan Campbell touched on, like, we got a lot of guys in here like that's ready to compete. It's going to be a lot of competition, Brewer. It's a better roster the second year around for them top to bottom. Like, we just have better players.
I agree.
They said the receiving core looked good. Jared Goff's popping around like, he got some confidence, as he should. It's your second year. And I'm just excited to see this new scheme. Ben Johnson's taking over the offense. He's saying he want to take more shots downfield and implement more play action passes. So the run game, I think, has to be key in order for play action to be successful. So I want to see what the running backs are going to do. And you can really tell when we put the pads on. I can't get into Aiden Hutchinson yet because it's not fully padded. I want to see when it's fully padded. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can't tell what the number 2 pick was about until we fully padded. Now, when I see some film of him or hear something to him beating Penei Sewell or Taylor Decker, then it's like, okay, he's ready for the NFL. Because I would say those are solid offensive tackles in the NFL. But I'm excited, man. And y'all know Hard Knocks is going to be popping off here soon. But America's team, we on the up and up. Y'all going to respect us. I want everybody to keep the same hating energy y'all had all off season long. I'm talking to you. Nah, you ain't been a hater. I'm not gonna put you in that category, bro.
I feel like I've been kind of nice.
You show some respect.
Shots. I throw some.
You
shots,
do, but you've also shown some respect, and you see our organizations on an up and up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, baby. Yeah,
there's some good questions in here for you, and I want to get to this one first. This one's for me, but I got a couple of my Niner fam asking some questions to you. LA 49er Nation, what's up, man? He says, Jesse, do you think Alfredo Gutierrez can take over right tackle, right guard? I don't, man. I know that a lot of people are rooting for him. Undrafted, big in the Hispanic community. I mean, this would be big for them. And it doesn't sound like it. I haven't heard anything about him. They went and drafted. I mean, between undrafted free agents and guys they drafted, they brought in like 4 more guys, right? School's getting healthy, which makes it tough. There's a lot of competition along that offensive line. But being an international player, that means that they can sneak an extra person on their practice squad if they decide to keep him. So maybe they continue to let him develop and grow. I mean, he was a raw player. He's got all the physical tools, size, everything like that, but he's very, very raw. So maybe they can sneak him on the practice squad again and take advantage of that, and maybe next year in the future. But unfortunately, I don't see it for him this year. There's just a lot of talent. Maybe that's less to say about him and more to say about the talent that is on that offensive line. But there's a lot of people out there, a lot of players. So we'll see. Okay, so
What's
One
up?
of the questions was asking, let's see. First of all, Melissa says that she thinks the Lions are going to win the North.
Oh, okay. I see you, Melissa. Hey, you know what?
Because Amon-Ra St. Brown's a very special player.
That he is.
So shout out to that. But Gammon had a question. Let me see if I can find it. Gammon. I don't know if I can find it, but he basically was asking about. So it sounds like Calvin Johnson's willing to mentor the receivers.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that? Like that's a big turnaround from the way he talked about the organization.
I mean,
a year ago,
because they took that money away from him when he decided to retire. I love that he's coming back and getting somewhat cool with the organization. I would love for him to mentor the receivers. I mean, all our receiving core is young, and if you can learn from a Hall of Famer, that's huge. Like, yes, in my eyes, Calvin goes down as a top 5 receiver. So if a top 5 receiver wants to get involved with the organization and wants to get involved with this young receiving core, please, more power to you. Yes, 100%. I love hearing that. I read that. I love reading that. 100%.
Yeah, it's he was saying on the 49ers side that Jerry Rice offered his mentorship, and it didn't seem like anybody took him up on it. So hopefully some of the receivers they are. Hopefully some of the receivers take Calvin Johnson up on it. But it's interesting because Calvin Johnson's such an athletic freak, right? Like Jerry Rice wasn't that athletic freak, so he could talk about some work ethic and some nuances and running routes and things like that.
He really worked on his craft. Not saying
right.
Calvin didn't work on his craft, but Jerry had to put in that extra work because he wasn't like you were tapping on. He's not the fastest guy, so he really had to work on how he's going to stem and break down on his routes and things like that. You know what I mean? Calvin, he could just probably really run straight, throw it deep, and he's going to beat whoever's guarding him in a jump ball or outrun them.
Like how does he teach? Right? Like what's and I know that he worked on his craft too, but it's different coming from him. You know what I mean? It's
right. I get it 100%.
You know it is. All right, let's get into these power rankings because I do genuinely feel like the 49ers got done dirty. And maybe you're gonna feel they did. They absolutely did. Well,
I think America's team got done dirty.
Well, we'll see about that. I think maybe they did. We'll
the
talk
Lions,
through it.
by the way. The Lions.
But why don't you remove the overlay? I'll pull up the Bleacher Report power rankings, and we're gonna go through these one by one, and then we're gonna give our top 10 as well, because I think these guys are off their rockers. So let me add this here.
Well, that's a good one right there.
Move this over here. Ooh, hold on a second. Boom. There we go. All right. Hopefully y'all can see this. Chat real quick. You guys seeing this okay? You guys got it? Looks pretty clear on my end, but I just want to make sure. All right. So power rankings. Here's what Bleacher Report had. Texans at 32. No real issue there. Falcons at 31. I'm going to go through these quickly and tell you we have objections here. Bears at 30. Okay. So far, so good. Seattle at 29. Jacksonville at 28.
Okay.
Jets at 27. Panthers at 26. Then here comes your Detroit.
Objection.
Why the objection?
Objection. That's too low.
Is it though?
I want to see what we got. Go through. Okay, who's ahead of us?
Hold on.
No, I don't even care who's behind us. I want to know who's ahead of us.
No. I care who's behind you because
you shouldn't.
Hold on. The next team that's ahead of you shouldn't be ahead of you, and I agree. But I think a couple of these teams behind you might actually be good enough to be ahead of you. So I think the Jets and Carolina have a stake to claim that they might be better than the Lions. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't. You're wrong.
But Giants should not be ahead of you.
Should not be ahead of us. No.
I don't think
Danny Jones. No. Saquon can't play 4 games. No.
I agree. I don't think I'd put the Giants ahead of you. New coaching staff. They don't believe in Danny Dimes. Didn't extend him for the 5th year.
Please quit calling him Danny Dimes.
Why?
Because he's not out there throwing dimes, dog. No. Don't you got to be throwing darts to be like Danny Dimes. Like, no, his name's not Danny Dimes. I know he wears number 10. Like, it's none of that. No,
it's Danny Dimes. It's
not. It's Danny Jones.
Commanders. I think Commanders are better than
I don't think that.
You don't think so? Why?
I really don't.
What? Okay,
that man right there. He's way too inconsistent.
He's better than Goof.
Who?
He's better than Goof.
I don't even know who Goof is.
You know exactly who Jared Goof is.
I don't know.
You know exactly who he is.
Don't know.
He's better than Goff is. You know he is.
He's not.
No. You like Carson Wentz. We've had this conversation.
I used to like. I'm starting to give up on Carson Wentz because he's just.
I feel it.
Like when he first came out, I seen that athletic ability, that grit, that fight. He was an improviser, and then he just fell off, and he ain't been able to get back to where he was. Too up and down for me.
I mean,
didn't he? Wait a minute. I don't know. I can't. The Colts needed to beat Jacksonville, right? I think it was the week 18 in order to get into the playoffs, and Carson Wentz was leading that Colt team. And you let the Jacksonville no, bro, I'm not going. No,
he didn't let Jacksonville beat him.
He did. He let Jacksonville beat him, bro.
He let Jacksonville
beat him.
Hold on,
he's the quarterback.
No, let's make this very clear. First of all,
I'm clear.
First of all, Indianapolis does not win in Jacksonville. They haven't for a long, long time.
The chat said he got swept by Jacksonville. You're buns.
They don't win in Jacksonville. They don't
win. They don't win in Indy either.
They don't win in Jacksonville. They haven't for a long time. So they
don't win in Indy.
That whole team was underprepared. Nobody on that team was playing good football at all. None of them. So I put a lot of that on the coaching staff. I'm not saying Carson Wentz is a world beater. I'm not even trying to sell him as that. I was big on Carson Wentz as well. I still think he has all the physical capabilities. There's something mentally that this guy is missing, clearly, because physically he has all the tools. But that being said, he's still better than Jared Goff. I'm taking him over Jared Goff, and that's.
But he said it right here. He said would Goff or Garoppolo have led them into the playoffs? I think Goff would have.
No,
I don't know about Jimmy G.
No. I don't think so. I don't think either one of them would. I really don't. Listen, here's what I'll say. We saw Jimmy Garoppolo and Carson Wentz head to head at Levi Stadium, and we know who left looking like the better quarterback, and it wasn't Jimmy Garoppolo. So I'll say that. He's better than Jared Goff. He's better than Jared Goff. So anyways, this is where we disagree. Let's go to the next one. See if you think they're better than them too. They're not better than Pittsburgh. We can stop there as well.
I don't know, man. Minka Fitzpatrick just had an injury. Trubisky's their starting quarterback. I don't know. And I love the Steelers because the Steelers is a really good organization. They always going to make the playoffs or they're in the playoffs. I think they draft very well, but they lost some pieces, bro. Stephen Tua retired, who was a key factor on their defensive line. We don't know who the quarterback he is. Juju's gone.
Can I say this real quick?
I don't know, man. I can't go.
When Jared Goff's your quarterback,
we tied with them last year. We have a much more talented team this year. I feel like they has regressed. Like, no, I'm not going. I think we should be sitting right there at 22. I'm done.
Things Lions fans should never get to say. You have Mitchell Trubisky as your quarterback. You have Jared Goff as your quarterback. I don't care. You have Jared Goff.
Come on, bro.
You don't get to say that about other quarterbacks.
Jared Goff is solid when he has like the right pieces around him. We have now put a pretty good receiving core around him. He has a top 3 offensive line. You have 2 good running backs, and we're improving on the defense. Like, no, bro. I'm not sitting here saying Jared Goff is our savior. He's dope. He's all that. Jared Goff's an above average quarterback, and we're starting to put the right pieces around him. Like, no, I'm not going. Don't try to sit here and say Trubisky's better than Goff.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that that's something that
when you say it, a Lions fan can't say Mitchell. Like,
you can't say that.
I'd much rather have Goff over Trubisky.
That's fine, but Jared Goff is not like a good quarterback.
No, I'm not, bro. He's an above average quarterback. You're not going to say he's not a good quarterback.
Is he above average though, or is he average?
He is. He's a cool 7.5.
Is he? I don't even think he's top 20.
All right,
that's not really above average.
Right. Well, we did the QB rankings last week, and he was in the top 20.
Was he though?
He was though.
He wasn't. And I feel like he was though. I feel like he probably shouldn't have been. All right, let's go to the next team.
Golly, he's
definitely
cool.
Not. Are you better than the Patriots too? How far are we going to take this?
Nah, I said we right there at 22. I said it. We're right there at 22.
All right. So we got the Patriots. We got the Browns. I think a lot of this is probably tailored around the whole. We don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson. How many?
If Watson's playing, they're higher, I believe.
For sure, they got a squad.
They're higher.
They've got a very good team. Saints. I think the Saints.
I think they're too low. I think the Saints are too low. People sleeping on New Orleans. Defense has been good.
Team.
Jameson's cool. They added Olave from Ohio State to go with Mike Thomas. I don't know if Mike Thomas is going to be ready or not. Then they also, I want to believe they brought in another free agent wide receiver. I can't. Chat, let me know if y'all follow them or anybody know the insight.
They brought in Landry.
They brought in Jarvis Landry. So at this point, now Jameson could throw that ball now. And Peyton going to keep him under control. You got Landry at your slot, Olave on the outside, and then you got Mike Thomas. Like, that's a solid little to go with Kamara. Defense has already been playing well. The Saints I think they're way too low. Way too low. I don't want to go way too low, but like they're better than 19, put it that way.
They're top 15, I think.
I would say that too. Maybe at that 15. I would say that. I think the Saints are better than Minnesota. I really do.
Yeah. I would tend. I think their roster overall, but I mean, let's be real here.
Peyton's gone. My bad. I did say Sean Payton. I just thought about that.
No, Sean Payton's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he is gone. But they're basically running the same offensive system. But Kirk Cousins is way better than Jameis Winston, and so I think anytime you have the better quarterback and that's clear cut, then it's kind of
iffy. But But they're in the North with the Lions, so I mean they're gonna get beat up on and stuff like that.
I gotta be real. I think Miami.
I think the Dolphins should be sitting at 19. To be honest, I know they brought in
overrated.
I get they brought in a lot of pieces and things like that, but Tua ain't showed me too much. And I know Tyreek said he's the most accurate quarterback and things like I don't know, bro.
He's saying too much. He's putting way too much.
I don't know, bro.
I think he's saying things that Tua's arm's not going to be able to catch. I'm just going to throw that out there. We'll see. Tennessee Titans.
I think.
Probably fair.
I don't know, man. AJ Brown was.
I'd put the Saints over the Titans though. Actually, I'd move the Titans down. And I'd have the Saints over the Titans.
Let me think on that. I don't know. They're gonna be neck and neck. They still got Big Hen Dog. When you got Big Henry, Big Hennessy, like I don't know. I can't go. I know they lost AJ Brown, and that's huge. They did draft a receiver that's the same type of build, but he ain't did nothing in the NFL.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna be very controversial.
It better not be nothing about Big Hennessy. It better not be nothing about Big Hen. It better not be nothing about Big Henry.
He's a top 3 running back right now, but the way that people talk about him, it's like he's clearly the best quarterback or running back in the league, and that's not the case.
Bro, he is.
He's not.
And up until the injury, he was leading the NFL by like a couple hundred yards.
Chubb is better than he is.
You're smoking dope.
I'm dead ass.
Big dope. You're on bath sauce tonight.
You
on bath sauce. You're tripping, bro.
Serious.
You are tripping. No, I'm not going.
Let me see if I hold on.
I'm not going, bro. I'm not going. Big Henry, bro, is the best running back in the NFL, followed by Jonathan Taylor. Then I could go Chubb. I could throw Chubb in that 3.
No, let me give you the numbers right now, real quick.
It's Henry.
Listen,
it's Henry,
let me give
bro.
you the numbers. Let me
give you the numbers. Hear the numbers.
Then you don't want to hear. Like your ears are closed. You can't. I mean, I get that you want to just give Henry the crown, but I'm going to tell you that Chubb is better, and you're going to be shocked by these numbers. You really are. I promise you. Okay, so Chubb last season, everybody talks about Henry and how he was leading the league, right? And he only played X amount of games. You realize that Chubb last year had only 9 more carries than Henry, yet he had 322 more yards. He faced a stack box 4% more of the time than Henry. He had 205 more yards after contact. So Henry's supposed to be the guy running everybody over, right? Chubb actually had 205 more yards after contact, had 13 more broken tackles.
Bro, people make business decisions when they see Henry in that open field. They act like they got caught by a turf monster. They don't want to hit him.
That's fine.
You're not about to
he
tell
also
me
had
Chubb is better than Henry.
258 more yards over expected than what Henry had. And last but not least, There's a stat for yards created. You ready for this? Yards created, which means this is what you should have gotten on the run versus what you actually got. Derrick Henry had 583 yards created. Pretty good. Chubb had 904 yards created. Chubb is better.
You know what?
Than Derrick Henry.
I love the stats. I love your stats. I like how you got in depth, went deep sea diving and stuff for the stats, but there's nothing. Chubb is 3. Chubb is 3.
Chubb's better than Henry.
It goes Henry, Jonathan Taylor, then Chubb.
No,
Henry.
Taylor, Chubb, then Henry.
People are scared to tackle Henry, bro. They make business decisions.
They do with Chubb too. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going.
Sleeping. I promise you.
Going.
Okay, you can
and
find the highlight
and Chubb
video.
has fresher legs. Like I get he's splitting carries, but being fresher does help. Henry got Tennessee on his back, bro. Like no,
that's fine.
I'm not going. I'm not going. And I like Chubb. I do, but he's number 3. And I think Jonathan Taylor is better than Chubb.
I do too. I think Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the league. I think Chubb's number 2.
Okay. I'm gonna say Henry, Taylor, Chubb.
Telling
then
you,
probably
man,
Dalvin Cook. I would say Dalvin
Henry's
Cook's
good. And I don't want to act like I'm not saying Henry's good. I just think that people assume that he's better than what he is, and they just crown him. And I think it's unwarranted. That's just my opinion. All right. Raiders are number 15.
Bath salts.
Raiders are number 15.
Not good.
We'll see who's ahead of them. Raiders got a good roster.
Don't do drugs.
We got a top 15 quarterback. Not a bad team. Philly's got a good roster as well.
Oh, for sure.
Very good roster.
Yes, for sure. Philly's on point.
I don't disagree with Philly being above them. This is where dirty work starts to happen, though. This is where it gets real nasty, the work that Bleacher Report's doing. They got San Francisco 13. And they got a picture of Jimmy Garoppolo, which he's not even our starting quarterback.
I think that's right where y'all belong right there.
No, they don't. Because the next team they're definitely better than, and you're going to agree with me. So let's be clear about that.
That's right where y'all need to be. You see Jimmy Buns? Jimmy Buns. Look at him.
He's not on this
roster. There's Jimmy Dimes right there. Jimmy Dimes. I like Jimmy Dimes.
It doesn't even have the same ring as Danny.
I don't care if it has the same ring. Look at him. Man out there playing with blood, sweat, and tears. He got blood on his thigh pads. Man, you better get that man his flowers and quit playing with Jimmy Dimes.
You think Arizona's better than San Francisco?
I think Jimmy Dimes is better than Arizona.
You think Arizona's better than San Francisco?
Repeat the question.
Let's have that talk. You think Arizona is better than San Francisco?
You know what? No, I really don't.
Okay.
I don't.
So you at least have the 49ers 12. Let's go to the next one. Colts.
Hey, the Colts are solid. Good defense. They brought in that veteran Matt Ryan. They got, in your eyes, they got the number 1 running back in the game.
They do.
And they got a top 5 offensive line. So I don't know. I think the Colts sitting right there at 11 because they got the number 1 running back in the game. It's not Derrick Henry.
It's not Derrick Henry. It is Jonathan Taylor. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But this is also a team that couldn't even make the playoffs last year.
Because they had Carson Wentz at behind center.
And the 49ers had Jimmy Garoppolo. Is Carson Wentz better than Jimmy Garoppolo? Is Carson Wentz better than Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah, he is.
All right. So Jimmy Garoppolo was a trailer.
No, I think I honestly like if I'm being real with you, I think the 49ers are better than both the teams right there. Like they're better. Okay. I think they're better than the Colts, and I do think they're better than the Cardinals. Yes.
Okay. This is where
I can't. Nope. I can't give you Denver. I can't. Denver, bro, I feel like Denver really is like a quarterback away, and now they got Dangerous. So no.
Yeah, but it's also on paper. Like you have to prove it first.
You do. But also, I mean, if we're going off just like you think so, because Trey Lance is at the helm, it's also on paper. He has to prove it first. Yeah, but he doesn't. What is Trey Lance really proving?
If he's the 23rd best quarterback in the league, they've proven they can make the NFC Championship. So, like, what does he really have to prove? What does he really have to prove? He can be as good as Jimmy Garoppolo, and they can make an NFC Championship.
We got to see. I mean, a lot of things happen in those playoff runs and things like that. Injuries happen,
and
like people get hot at the right time.
They beat the best teams on the way.
So I can't go off of that. Like, but I think the Denver Broncos is right
offense, and then they went to Green Bay.
I think Denver's right where they need to be. Denver's right where they need to be.
They beat Green Bay because Green Bay would have beaten the Rams probably. Styles make matchups. You're welcome, Rams fans.
I can't say that any of that could have happened.
Dallas is not better than San Francisco. This is where I'm going to definitely draw issue. 49ers are top 10 for sure because Dallas absolutely is not better than San Francisco. They lost a lot of pieces.
I would agree with that.
Already mopped them.
It's some flip-flopping that needs to happen there.
Yeah, Dallas is not better than San Francisco. But we're going to do our own. So
y'all can slide in 10.
We're top 10 for sure. Okay. Let's get through the rest of it real quick, and then we'll do our top 10 power rankings. But so Baltimore, I like Baltimore. They did, for everything they lost in Hollywood Brown, I think they did a great job in the draft. I remember you texting me, and I agree with you that they were killing the draft. They crushed the draft.
They did.
They have a lot of good players coming back. Extremely injured that team was. They were like the 2020 49ers. That was them in 2021. They could not get healthy worth a darn. And
is it bad though? I'm not like super. I mean, y'all might call me kind of crazy. I'm just not super sold on Lamar Jackson. Am I crazy?
He's a top 5 quarterback
for thinking that.
I think he's a top.
I don't know, man. I don't think he could ever win you a Super Bowl.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I have to see it first.
I don't think he could ever win you a Super Bowl. Like, I mean, we argued last week. Like, I'd rather have like a healthy Deshaun Watson, or not a healthy, like a what's the word? Not in the court system, Deshaun Watson.
I would take Deshaun Watson 2 years
over Lamar Jackson.
Yes, I would. I would personally, but that's not where we're at, right? Like, I have Lamar right now as the 5th best quarterback in the league, but I'm not sold that he can win a Super Bowl either. And that's just because I haven't seen it happen yet, right? Like, I'm not saying he can't. I'm never going to throw that out there in the ether. But what I will say is that we haven't seen a quarterback that's this athletically gifted win a Super Bowl yet. Steve Young's the closest. Russell Wilson,
to put out there that
they're not on that level.
I also want to put out there, this is off topic, that the Lions beat a lot of those top 15 teams. Those 3 wins in that tie came from a lot of top 15, top 10 teams. But continue.
Yeah.
I mean, you continue. And we were playing with Walmart cashiers.
Well, so was
Baltimore on our roster. I'm just saying, we had Walmart cashiers everywhere.
Packers are not better than San Francisco, but I digress. They've got them at 7.
I mean, they got AR-12, bro.
They don't have Devontae Adams anymore.
I feel that. I feel that.
Their defense is good, though. I will give them credit. Their defense is good. I think they're a borderline top 10 roster. But Aaron Rodgers is really good. Chargers, they're getting a lot of love this year. Talk about prove it.
I mean, they look good on paper.
Preseason paper champion right now. I'll tell you.
They look really good on paper, but
yeah, they got a squad. They
look really good.
Yeah, and that's what power rankings is. I know I said that Denver has to prove it, but really power rankings before a game's been played, I mean, you're going based off of paper. And paper says Los Angeles has a very, very formidable roster. So they're going to be fun to watch this year. I'm excited to see Justin Herbert and the boys put things together. I think he might work his way into a top 5 quarterback. I have him currently at 6 right now. All right. Kansas City Chiefs. Personally, this is too high. I think Kansas City's.
I think the Chargers
this year.
I think the Chargers is probably better than Kansas City, to be real.
I agree. I don't think Kansas City's making the playoffs this year. That's my bold prediction.
We gotta see in that top 10 when we do our little top 10, because the AFC done got a lot. They got a lot of some hitters over there, and you know what? You might be right. Even though I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, but a lot of things have changed over there.
I think he's the second best quarterback right now, but yeah, he's up there.
You just had to throw that in there, huh?
Well, he is the second best. Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league.
You had to throw that in there. Get out of here, dog.
Buccaneers at 4, who just got Julio Jones. I know Julio's not Julio, but is your 3rd or 4th option? That's a pretty damn good 3rd or 4th option. I'll say that.
Is he going to be available, though?
I mean, even if it's for
I get what you're saying, but he got to be available.
You know, okay, you know what's funny is, so Gronk retired, right? And everybody's talking about that. You know that they went and got Rudolph in the offseason? That's a pretty damn good tight end that they went and
Did the Bucs got Kyle Rudolph?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's solid. That's
I didn't
very
know that
solid.
either until today. I was like, oh yeah, they did get Kyle Rudolph. So they got Rudolph at tight end. They got 4 very good wide receivers. Remember, they picked up Gage from Atlanta.
Yeah, they got
who
Russell
was their
Gage.
number 1 receiver. They got some weapons now. They got some weapons. So, and Tom Brady, I mean, unless Father Time catches up, which it certainly can. I mean, the man's 45, but Tom Brady's still cooking.
Nah, he's
still
a
a top 5
savage.
quarterback right now. So, yeah, this is I don't know. That's a good team right now. Tampa's a very, very good team. All right.
Tommy Dimes.
Bengals at 3. This is way too high for Cincinnati, in my opinion.
I don't think it is. You can't say that, bro.
Super Bowl hangover. It happens to everybody.
It does, but I can't. I mean, I'm not mad at them putting them at number 3. You said way too high.
I get it.
I don't think it's way too high.
I think it's too high.
Where would you put them?
I mean, they're
where
going to
would you say they should slide?
Listen, I'm not going to give away my whole list before we do
it.
Okay.
I
won't.
Because I'm like, I'm not mad at that 3. I'm really not. Like,
I get it. You were in the Super Bowl last year. I just don't think they're the 3rd best team right now. And Super Bowl hangovers are a real thing. And to compound on that, I know that he's going to be healthy for the season or whatever. But Burrow's about to miss a few weeks here to start training camp. He got his appendix taken out today.
I'm not worried about Smoking Joe.
So
I'm not worried about him. And then they stupendously upgraded that offensive line. Nah, not worried.
Also, I do like Joe Burrow, but I think the love and praise that he's getting is a bit over the top. I think it's let's calm down.
Why though? He balled his rookie year, got beat up, broken up, came back and took his team to the Super Bowl, and he was still the most sacked quarterback. Like,
that's fine.
I can't go.
Not,
and they went through the gauntlet.
Like he's a top 5 quarterback right now.
They went through the gauntlet to get there.
But people are talking about him like he's a top 5 quarterback, and he's not. He's not.
He's in that top 8. He's in that top 8. Top 8.
6, 7.
If he's number 8,
yeah, I have him at 8.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they went through the gauntlet last year. So, like, no.
He's not better than Herbert. Like, let's just put it out there. That's what everybody. He's better than Herbert. He's not better than Herbert.
Right? I wouldn't say he's better than Herbert.
Draft. People are saying he's better than Herbert. Herbert is. I'm taking Herbert every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Herbert is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow. I'm sorry. He just is. He's a better player right now.
Who number 2? The Buffalo Bills. That's a good spot for them.
Quarterback in the league.
They got the 2nd best quarterback in the league. They added Von Miller. I want to say, hold on. Anybody know? Did they draft
Cook?
They got Cook's little brother. Okay. Yep. I would say that's a solid running back in the run game. I mean, but are they going to hand the ball off to him? That's the question now.
Well, I think it's addition by subtraction. They got rid of
they're
Brian
going to keep
Daboll.
having Josh Allen run.
No, they got rid of Brian Daboll, who's over in New York, got the head coaching job over at the Giants. And I think that's addition by subtraction. I think Daboll's I don't like Daboll as a coordinator. They also relies way too much on Allen.
I think he's a very underrated slot receiver. Crowder. They added Crowder too in the slot.
Oh yeah.
They added Crowder to go with that to add to that receiving core. I think that's a good addition.
Yep. Yeah, they got rid of Beasley and brought in Crowder. You're right.
Crowder, very underrated. He's a solid slot.
Defense is extremely good, by the way. Solid. I mean, this is a defense.
And you add Von Miller.
Davius White, he's going to be back. He's a top 5 corner in my opinion. I mean, this team's good. It's a good team. So Bills are very good. And then number 1, they got the defending Super Bowl champs. Matty
Stafford. Scroll down a little bit, man. Show the picture of Matt Stafford. Let everybody see the picture. Let everybody see the picture of Matt Stafford, dog. Everybody can't see the picture of Matt Stafford. Hold on. Why everybody can't see the picture of Matt Stafford?
So that's
you're a hater. You're a big hater. Big time hate. I told y'all he on them bath sauce tonight. I don't know what happened, man.
That's the power rankings.
You some H2O. You need to sober up. Drink some water, bud.
That's the power rankings. But the good thing is we get to go through our power rankings now. So
You're a piece of work.
Real quick. What?
You a cold piece of work, I tell you.
All right, here we go.
Cold piece, dog.
Yeah, let's see. I want to see where he's got. I want to see where he's got the 49ers. Let's see if he really is a hater. You better have him in the top 10.
I better not have nothing. I better have the Lions in the top 10.
I'm gonna let you
talking.
go first here? Who's all right? Let's just.
I really don't know.
No, let's go. Hold on a second. Let's just.
I don't know.
Your 10 top teams. We'll throw them up there, and then I'll let you put them in order after that because it's a lot of teams you're looking at. I don't need you to go. This team's 10. This team's. Let's get your top 10 teams. I'll throw them up there, and then I'll let you go in order after that.
Put the Rams in there.
Okay, 49ers.
I ain't said nothing about San Fran, bro. Put the Rams in there. You're gonna start off and put LA in there. Rams, not the Chargers. No.
Okay.
The Rams. You know what? Is this your list? Continue. Go ahead. Do your list. I guess you're going.
Who else?
You're going?
Rams. Who else you want?
Oh, I didn't know if I was going. Chiefs, Buffalo, Detroit. Scroll to the left. Put Detroit in there. No, I'm just playing. Cincy needs to be in there. Tampa.
Where's Cincy at? Why can't I?
Far top left. I think Denver needs to be in there.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you got 3 more.
Hold on, I might have 12 and have to filter a couple. Throw Denver in there.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me look through. Let me look through them. The Chargers are in there. Yeah. Okay. Throw Jacksonville in there. No, put Baltimore in there, dog. Green Bay's in there. Put Green Bay in there. They got AR-12.
Okay.
Green Bay's in there. Baltimore's in there. Look, put Philly in there too, though. I got to talk through this.
Okay.
And Dallas.
1, 2, 3. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 teams right there.
I don't think Tennessee's a top 10 team anymore. I know losing OJ Brown. Okay. How many I got in there? You said 12?
You got 12 right now.
San Francisco needs to be removed.
All right. So who are you going to take out?
You didn't hear me. I'm sorry. 49ers need to be removed.
All right. We got Dallas.
They have an unproven quarterback. No, real talk. Dallas. I think Dallas is a top 10 team. I think the team that probably needs to get removed. This is tough. Like that Dallas and Philly.
I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? Like, who are you picking to win the division? That's really what it comes down to.
Right. A Dallas or Philly. I don't know, man. I Philly got a heck of a roster, but Dallas, every year they do their thing, man. You can't be mad at them. I hate the Cowgirls, but at the end of the day,
yeah. But Bondi Gaming says Raiders. Are they? That's a team. I think that team.
Are they in the top 10?
They're borderline. I mean, I could hear the argument for them. Maybe
take Dallas out. I'm at 11, huh?
Yeah, you got one more. You got to get in there.
Dangerous is about to do something with that run game, good defense. I'm taking Baltimore out, bro. I'm not sold on the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. I'm
taking Baltimore out. Hold on.
That's your 10, I think.
I know. Hold on. No. He make a good point with them Raiders, man. Them Raiders they ain't no suckers. They just draft so bad, though.
I'm going to say you're going to have all 4 AFC West teams in there? That's wild.
Hey, the AFC West is the division this year.
If Deshaun Watson was playing all year, would you have the Browns in there?
Yes, 100%. If Deshaun was what's name, Cleveland's definitely in the top 10. 100%. Okay, let's talk through that. I can go with that 10 right there.
Okay.
But I don't know about Philly. I can't really. Is Jalen really about to get it down through there like that? But that receiving core got better. They drafted very well. Good defense.
They got a very good offensive line, good defensive line.
Keep Philly in there, man. I think they're going to surprise some people this year. Okay. Number 10 is Philly. Number 9. Number 9, looking through the list. I really feel like that number 9 is Kansas City.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know y'all might be mad. I think it's Kansas City. 8. I think it's. I'm gonna say 8 is Green Bay. 8 is Green Bay. 7, I think, is San Francisco.
Okay.
6 is Denver.
Okay.
The Chargers, I mean, on paper, I think they're the champs for sure. But they're going to have to show me, so I'm putting them at 5.
Okay.
4. I'm going to put 4. I'm going to put Cincy at 4.
Here.
I'm going to put Cincy at 4.
Okay.
3. I'm going to leave. I think 3 is Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And to be real, I think 2 is the LA Rams and Buffalo's number 1.
Okay. I like it. I said Buffalo was going to win the championship like 2 months ago. So, listen, I think Buffalo's stacked.
That's my top
stacked.
10 right there. That's my top 10 right there.
I like it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I think it's a good top 10. I think it's tough, right? Because once you get down to the tail end, I think Philly's absolutely stacked. You know, I think the Saints are pressing, maybe not the top 10, but they're, you know, them, the Browns, they're right there. Baltimore, Colts, I think you can make an argument for. You know, I don't hate the top 10. I don't hate the top 10. I'm going to make a couple tweaks. I'm not that far off from you.
Really quick before you jump in. We missed a couple super chats.
Oh, did we? Okay, yeah. Let's
Yeah. Right here.
Pop them up and read.
Shout out to On the Go Line. We appreciate the love, bro. We really do. Rad, how is Jimmy Buns, but not Goff? Jimmy is better looking than Goff. They both buns, my mans. I don't give a how they look. I want to know how you play, how you produce on that field. But honestly, I think Goff is better than Jimmy. Jimmy is buns, but Goff he's an above average quarterback. I think Goff is better than Jimmy. Real talk. But we do appreciate the love and the support, Playboy. Roll it for him. Can you roll it for him?
Yeah, I got you.
And one more. Gammon Brown. We appreciate it, bro. Appreciate
What's up,
that.
Gammon?
Honestly, this exercise is harder than I thought. It was kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. I really am.
Gammon,
it was hard.
I'm blessed that Rad went first, and I forced him into that because I'm looking at it going, man, this is actually really, really hard. But let me show you some love, and then I'll try to work through it myself. I'm just trying to count the AFC teams real quick. So 1.
Hold on. We got one more.
Four. Okay.
Appreciate it. Chat pumping and jumping. Flay, what's up, fellas? Sorry if I already talked about it, but I have really good feelings about this small draft class, especially TDP. Think he's the truth. TDP?
Ty Davis Price, our running back we took in round 3.
Oh, yeah. Y'all did draft another dang running back super high. Like, for what? But okay. We still appreciate it.
They wanted to do.
That's us. I mean, that's on you.
Flav called in yesterday. He was taking on some haters now in the chat because I mean he came in with some bold takes. He actually likes Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not totally against Jimmy. He wants Trey Lance. He's a little reserved, but yeah, I mean we had a good conversation yesterday. It was a fun watch. So go back and watch the call-in show if you want to get mad at Flav. He definitely left his takes out there to be had. So, but we appreciate it, man. Here's some love. Man, this is tough. This is really tough. Okay, I gotta.
You know what's tough, real quick though?
What's that?
What's tough is we got 73 people watching. And we only got 31 likes. Make sure y'all go smash that like button for us real quick, though.
Ooh,
like my boy say real quick, Debo, that like button. That's tough. Show us some love. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. It takes 2 seconds. Just 2. That's it, bud. Just 2. That's it. Smash that like button, y'all. We appreciate it. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm taking Kansas City out of my top 10. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
Dang. Off the top 10?
Yeah,
with Patty Mahomes?
I don't think they're going to make it, man. I don't. Trying to rearrange it around here. This is tough, man. Golly. Okay. I think I'm going to go Philly at 10. I'm really back and forth on them in Green Bay. Their roster is really, really good, but Hurts isn't Aaron Rodgers. So that's the tiebreaker. I'm going to go Packers at 9. I'm going to go Broncos at 8. I'm going to go Ravens at 7.
I don't think Baltimore's better than Denver. Oh, Lord. Did you do that? You threw y'all in the top 5.
Bengals at 6.
Oh, gosh.
Going 49ers at... No, I'm going Rams at 5. 49ers at 4.
You need some water, bro.
Chargers at 3.
Drink some water. It'll make me feel better if you just take a sip of water. Real
Bucks
talk.
At 2.
No, I'm like, wait, real before you finish, can you please take a sip of water, bro? I need that. I need them drugs to just flow up out of you.
You want me to have a clear mind here?
Right. You're tripping, dog. Them bath salts is getting to you tonight. I need to make sure you're doing okay.
Let's talk through it.
I need to make sure you're doing okay.
And I got the Bills at 1. All right, let me talk through it real quick.
Jeez Louise.
Right. So what team do you want to put San Francisco up against? And then we can go through the rosters real quick. Which one do you really want to? You want to go up against the Rams first? Should we start there so I can eliminate them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the 49ers have 6 players that are top 5 at their position in the league.
No. Okay.
How many do the Rams have?
I don't know all that. I know they're the defending champs. They bring
3?
it back the same squad. The key loss, I'm going to say, is Andrew Whitworth is huge. That's a Hall of Fame left tackle.
Von Miller.
People been sleeping on Whitworth his whole career. Yes. That dude, he's a bruh. Anyways, Whitworth, Von Miller. Okay, he showed up and showed out when he needed to be. He's a big time player. He makes big time plays in big time situations. I will give him that. But they still got Leonard Floyd. They still got Aaron Donald. They still have a pass rush. And then you just added
not as good as the 49ers pass rush.
Then you just added a top 3 middle linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Like, they're going to be okay, bro. I think the Whitworth is a way bigger loss, honestly, than the Von Miller. And Matt Stafford, his whole career has played with a shaky offensive line, and he's known to improvise. He's going to make some things twerk. Then you add Allen Robinson, who's a top-tier receiver, to go with Cooper Kupp. Yeah, they didn't bring back Odell. Odell is still Odell, but, like, you can't sit here and tell me that the 49ers are better than the Rams. I just can't go on that. I can't go.
Okay, first of all,
I can't.
First of all, the 49ers already last year with Von Miller on the team, the 49ers already produced more heat on quarterbacks. That was with Von Miller on the team. So it stands to reason that without Von Miller and the 49ers actually added to the defensive line, that they're still going to produce more heat on quarterbacks than the Rams. So they produce more heat. I feel like obviously Ramsey, arguably the top corner in the league. That's fair. But the secondary top to bottom, I think the 49ers have a better secondary top to bottom. They're stacked in the secondary. The linebackers are certainly better in San Francisco. Fred Warner,
I would agree.
Azeez Al-Shaair, Dre Greenlaw.
I would agree.
And we go offensive line. I mean, I think that's close because I think both of them lost some players, but we still have Trent Williams. We still have the best left tackle in the game. Maybe one of the best left tackles of all time. Trent Williams is a dog.
Right.
So we got him. I already know that the 49ers running game is better. Now, I get it. We definitely are going Stafford over Lance. It's way too early for all that. I'm not even going to try to argue that one. Stafford's better than Lance at this point. But the 49ers have some dogs in the receiving game too, right? Kittle, clearly better than anything they got over there. Debo, Ayuk, that's formidable. I'm telling you, the 49ers roster, if the 49ers had,
they still got Aaron Donald though.
We got Bosa, who came off of an ACL injury and had
Aaron
15
Donald,
sacks last year.
Before it's all said and done, might be the greatest defensive player of all time.
That's fine.
Like he's in that LT conversation.
With Donald and Von Miller, they still didn't produce as many quarterback pressures as the 49ers did last year.
I can't put them at 4 with an unproven quarterback. Like I get all the Trey hype, and I think Trey Lance is going to be a good quarterback. He has all the tools and things like that.
But he doesn't have to be as good as what you think he does.
You can't put that. You can't just automatically throw them at 4 with I would say a rookie quarterback.
Listen,
a rookie quarterback. We haven't seen much NFL film of this kid yet.
They don't, but this is what you're not understanding. Everybody thinks
they made it this far with Jimmy G last year, so all he has to do is play as good as Jimmy G did, and we're gonna get there.
Jimmy. Slightly better,
and we're
gonna
get back to where we
I'm not saying they will get there, but they can get there with that roster. They can get there, yes, and he's going to be better than Jimmy. He just is. I mean, all he has to do is be a top 15 quarterback in this league.
Look, it's your list.
And this team can win a Super Bowl.
It's your list. And I like the Niners. I think they are a top-tier team. I've been saying this for many, many years. Since we've known each other, I've always had some love for the Niners. But for you to just throw them in that top 4 real quick, like I think you sipping that red juice just a little too much, bro.
Hold on.
And I think y'all do have a good paper roster also, and they do produce wins. But you just can't put them in front of the Super Bowl champs like that.
I can though, because this isn't last year. This isn't last year.
I get it. That's a whole new year.
1 quarter away from winning the Super Bowl. They were up
a whole new year
quarter. So, and they had already beat the Bengals. They already beat the Bengals heads up, and they had beaten the Rams twice in the regular season. They were right there with those teams. They were right there. Listen, as well as I do that one thing I
can go on 5. I can't go ahead of the Rams.
Hold on. One thing that is that, and I'm not the best at picking out receivers and defense. Like, I got a spotty track record there. But when it comes to quarterbacks, I've been pretty spot freaking on with a lot of these guys.
I was
on Herbert really early. I was on Allen really early. And that I feel the same way about those guys.
Lance.
I feel that way about Trey. And that was before they drafted him. Right?
I know this.
I'm all in on Trey Lance. I don't expect him to be a world beater this year. I think he can make the top 15 this year. I think he can make that by the end of the year. He'll be in that Dak Prescott, Carr, Cousins range, right? And if he's that when they go into the playoffs, I'm telling you,
putting him in that
teams
top,
better watch out.
You're putting him in that. If you said in that range, so he's in that top 12.
The thing is it's a tier because to me, I've got Kyler Murray,
I like tiers Dak too on Prescott. Quarterbacks. I don't really like ranking them 1 through 10. I like to rank them on
Prescott,
tiers.
Kyler Murray, Carr, and Cousins in a tier, and I think he can reach that tier by the end of.
What's that? Tier 2, tier 3?
Probably.
That's tier 3.
3.
That's
tier 3.
Okay.
I think he can reach that. He's not a top 10. I mean, those guys aren't top 10 on my list. They're 11 through 14. If I'm doing a list, I think that's fair. I think he can reach that tier by the end. I'm not saying right away, but by the end of week 18, I think he can be as good as some of those guys in that tier. I do. I really do. And if he's that good and they make the playoffs, it can be trouble for some of these teams. I really, truly believe that. So, yes, I think they're better than the Rams. I think they're better than all the teams behind them, roster-wise. Chargers are stacked, man. They're absolutely
you making me hot, bro. Let me unbutton.
You're just mad because my team is top 10.
Sorry, y'all.
No matter what. And you think I'm being a bit of a homer, and that's fine. I'm not.
I do.
I'm not. I'm really not. You also know that I'll hammer the 49ers if things aren't going right either. So,
true. I give you that.
Even keel.
But it's just I'm sorry. I mean, we're all excited to get football back. I love football, but I gotta see. I have to see, and I tell you what, if Trey Lance don't come out here and do his thizzle, and I know it take a couple years, I do, but you're gonna hear some ish from me.
Oh, that's
believe
fine.
that. You're gonna hear some ish.
I'm not gonna hear it from you. I'm gonna hear
and
it
I'm
from
gonna
my
watch
own
film
family.
on him too. I'm not just about to pull up some stats and like, bro, he threw 15, 16, and like, nah. I'm a deep sea dive on Trey Lance.
Yeah, let's
Believe
do it.
that.
You know I'll have the all 22, so we can.
Because you
Hey,
go ahead, man. Continue on your continue your list. Continue.
Just like 3 games into a sophomore year, I said Herbert would be a top tier quarterback in the NFL, and people laughed at me. So here we are.
You did 100%. I would agree.
Right. So Herbert and the Chargers, I have at 3. That team is absolutely freaking stacked. I mean, wow. I mean,
they look very good. They're the paper champs. You said it earlier in the show. They are the paper champs.
They're the paper champs. But I can't put them. Buffalo is proven to make it to the playoffs. Tampa has Tom Brady still, and they're going through the NFC, which is easier than the AFC, I believe, overall, right? Like NFC is very top heavy. There's some good teams. Like I think New Orleans is good. I think Philly's good, but they're Green Bay. But I think they're a tier below the Rams, the 49ers. And I think the Bucs out of all of them are the best team in the NFC. Very, very good team. And then I think Buffalo's.
You think the Chargers is better than the Rams?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I think they're the best team in LA. I do. I think the Rams lost too much, man. The Rams lost too much, period.
I think Whitworth is only key loss. I really think so.
When you lose players on both trenches, that's a killer. And Bobby Wagner that's a cool name, but Bobby Wagner's
he's still a good
middle
linebacker.
He's not good, but he's not going to make up for I don't know, an offensive left tackle being out. You know what I mean? Like, how does he make up for
that's a big tackle? Loss? But Stafford's already played without having a good offensive line throughout his whole career.
How did it look? How many games were the Lions winning during those times?
He was in a lot of comebacks. I know that, but the Rams have a better roster, better defense than the Lions. Like, nah.
Rocky, listen. If I show you the text from 2017 when Justin Herbert was a sophomore, and I was saying those things, you would have said this then too. You would have said this then too.
It is. I want to make it clear real quick. I hope the Rams don't really win a game. Like, I really wanted the Rams. I wanted Stafford to go out and get his Super Bowl because I've been preaching probably, I would say, since like 2011, a couple years after Stafford's been in the league. I think he was a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. So I'm so happy that he went out and did that because it made me look like I wasn't smoking bath salts. But now I don't care what the Rams do, but I just still think they're a really good football team. I still feel like they're in the thick of things of competing for another Super Bowl, but I hope they don't. I hope the Rams don't make the playoffs because that helps my Detroit Lions. But continue.
I just think they lost too much in the trenches, and it's hard to repeat in this league. It just is. I mean, let's be real. The Rams low key kind of had it easy in the playoffs, right? Let's go through. When you win a Super Bowl, not only do you have to be good, but you have to be lucky, right? The 49ers took out the number 1 offense in Dallas. Then they had to travel to Green Bay and win that game. Let's not forget that really the last 5 games of the season were almost like playoff games for San Francisco, and that's their fault. They started out slow, right? So by the time that they played San Francisco was, they didn't have a bye week since like week 6, and they were going through a gauntlet, right? They won fair and square. I'm not saying that they weren't the better team last year. They won fair and square. But the Rams didn't have to deal. They played Arizona week 1 of the playoffs, which Arizona, after week 10, they were done. Like, that team was shot. They didn't have Hopkins. They couldn't even beat Seattle in week 18 to win the division and get a home game.
They lost to my Lions also.
Right.
Go ahead.
Arizona was not a good team.
Dominated,
they were not the same team at the end of the year they were at the beginning.
At the beginning, like that first 8 weeks, they was like hot.
So they had Arizona, which everybody knew they were going to win that game. Then they play Tampa. Now this was Tampa without Brown. This is Tampa without Godwin. This is Tampa that didn't have Tristan Wirfs. That was a depleted Tampa team, and they still struggled in that game. Still made it through just barely. And then they got San Francisco, and then they avoided the Chiefs and the Bills in the Super Bowl for everything that the Bengals did. They were not the best team in the AFC, in my opinion. I thought the Bengals got, they had a nice little run.
Bro, it ain't about who's the best team. It's who's the hottest team in the Super Bowl.
For sure.
In the playoffs. Like the Giants did it years ago. Like you got hot at the right time. and it is what it is. Like,
And
I don't want to take nothing away from nobody. Like, if you get to the Super Bowl, you did what you had to do, Brody.
Listen, but sometimes the best team doesn't make it. I'll give you an example. Do you think in 1998 that the Falcons were better than that Minnesota team? Remember that Minnesota high flying
I remember that with Moss and Chris Carter. Right. No.
And the Falcons got lucky. They first of all, they should have lost to the 49ers, but Garrison Hurst broke his leg on like the first play of the game.
Garrison Hurst.
Right? And so they won that game. Then they went and played Minnesota, who Minnesota was, first of all, their kicker hadn't missed all year long. All of a sudden, he starts missing kicks. Like, weird things happen. I just think the Rams winning the Super Bowl, I'm going to give them credit, but at the same time, like, they also got pretty lucky with who they had to play. I think they've taken a step back, and everybody knows they're the Super Bowl champions, so good luck with that. I think the Rams were overrated. They're not winning the division.
You got to give them that respect. I feel like you treating them like they the Lakers inside the bubble. That Lakers championship they won in the bubble.
Disney ring.
Like, I don't feel like you giving them the same respect, and that's not fair. You know what? So
they're the Super Bowl champions. But that was last year. That's not this year. They're not.
It's a whole new season. Look, the Lions making the playoffs. So here in a few months, we're gonna be talking about another power rankings, and my Lions is gonna be up in there. You heard? So I'm just ready for some football, baby.
I feel it. I feel it. Well, we'll be back next Wednesday.
Football.
We'll be back next Wednesday. Same show, same time, same channel. Make sure you tune in. Last Second Sports is going to be bringing you all the Fire 49er and Lion content. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never, ever miss an episode. Until next week, we out. Peace.
Holla, holla.